Welcome to Poker Market, making poker more efficient.
Hey guys, and welcome to this internet coaching video on PokerMarket.com. This is part 8 of Daniel's hands. This series were review hands from my friend and student Daniel. And I got some very positive feedback recently on the series, so I decided to pick back up. Also, Daniel's been sending some more hands, which is obviously a requirement. And the way we're going to go through the hands this time is, first I will look at the action and try to give a unbiased opinion of what I would do in this situation. Then we're going to look at Daniel's comments, which are usually stats or reads on the players, and then I'm going to see if my default play would change, or my default recommendation would change based on those, or whatever else comes up. So let's go into the first hand. So we have a 25-cent, 50-cent game, 6-handed, and Hero is sitting first stack, 6-handed with $80 stack, and we'll be playing against the button who has 120 big blind stack, and comes in for a 3 big blind open raise, and the button 3 bets to 6 big blinds. So interesting situation already. What's the button doing? Do I have any information? Would of course be extremely useful here. Now there is some sort of Russian play style, which 3 bets extremely small, extremely wide in position. And I wouldn't quite find a 4 bet with ace queen for value here, but it's possible. And then there's some crazy fish where we want a 4 bet for value. But in general, I think almost always just going to be a call. I think it's super standard. So call there pre-flop, and we get a ace king 9 rainbow flop. We check, of course. Button checks behind, and the turn is a jack. And I guess that's where the hand ends. So we're gonna have to figure out a good plan. So very much depends on the player. So maybe not the best hand to start with a default plan on. But here the jack turn makes it so that once the flop was checked, our hand is pretty strong. We definitely tend to go for 2 bets. So like bet the turn big, bet the river big, like 2/3 each or so. However, when the jack comes in, that's no longer true. There's king jack, there's jack jack. There may be jack 9. There may be some other hands which just picked up a lot of equity, which prevents us from being able to value bet rivers. Plus, of course, we could have ace jack, we could have jacks, so it also prevents us from getting values from like ace 3, which can probably find a fold, maybe even to a single bet here. So on this card, I don't think we can bet big twice. I would just bet the turn big and then most likely check the river. And yeah, we'll bet like 450 or 5 here on the turn, I think. Okay. So we have to scroll a little bit. I'm gonna have to figure out how to scroll this more efficiently. So villain is 30, 14, so he's like a casino type player. He knows how to play. He knows that a flush beats a straight, and he sees when the flush comes in. But he hasn't really thought about ranges yet. So that's the type of player that is. 3 bet overall, 4%. About his size misclick? No, probably not. He just has a hand he thinks is a thin 3 bet, something like ace king or pocket 10s or something like that, or maybe he just has aces